Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we have news from the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. We have the incumbent Western ally, Mohammed Old Ghazouani, winning re-election by a landslide of 56% of the popular vote. We have officially called that 100% of votes casted in this election have been called. 25.59% of Mauritanians voted in this election. This turnout went down 7.24% point wise. And we don't really have results, but it's kind of safe to say, looking at 2019 results, where we see kind of a split race, you'll see what's his name? Ghazouani? How do we say it? Ghazouani basically took rural areas. It looks like, according to these areas, like in green, this is just cities, but yes, this seems to be the actual said result. Yes, this guy's an independent. Kane Baba. But yeah. But we're not talking about 2019 today. We're talking about 2024. And yeah, looking back to 2019, you can see Ghazouani won the said election by 52%, defeating three opponents in a four-way race. Now it seems he won in a three-way race. It was, I would say, it could have went on to a runoff on July 14th. Good news is we don't have to do that. We got the winner right now. And I will say our channel is actively endorsing this guy because let's just say Mauritania and U.S. relations are improving, and it's thanks to this guy. Yes, the left wing will go, no, this guy's a far right, so and such. Yeah, he's kind of coming from the right. He's from the El Insaf. He made an alliance with a right-wing political party called the Coordination of Parties of the Majority. That is a right-wing political party based on the ideals of this guy, Ghazouani. So, yeah, so basically it's a coalition of political parties that support Ghazouani. And of course, they're all centered on his beliefs. There's Baram Abdid. He comes from the Foundation for Global Actions, also known as the Radical Party for Global Action. As you can say, this is an anti-slavery, anti-establishment, heritage interest. Anti-establishment meaning anti-Islamic Republic, anti-Mauritanian government. Okay, and we can obviously tell, okay, this is obviously a left-wing political group. Obviously, his affiliation is coming from the Democratic International poll, and I could just tell you guys, even though it's not telling us if it's left or right, this is a left-wing party, definitely. Because center left would support the establishment, which is an Islamic Republic, right? Islamic Republic of Mauritania. And I believe, correct me if I am wrong, but I thought Mauritania was a socialist state. Because, I mean, an Islamic Republic, there are four Islamic Republics. Actually, hang on. No, there aren't anymore. There are three Islamic Republics today. There is the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. There was formerly the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. That was the fourth, or somewhat Islamic Republic. That fell in 2021, but thus becoming the very first Islamic Republic to be abolished. So, yeah, it's also the youngest Islamic Republic out of them all. But I am not familiar with Mauritanian history. It looks like former self-declared socialist states, Mauritania was one of that. Uh, and they have that in their said constitution from 1961 to 1984 for 16 years. Chapter 1 in Article 9 of the Constitution states that the popular will is the expressed through the democratically organized state party. The Mauritanian People's Party, born from the merger of the national parties existing on December 25th, 1961, is recognized as the only party of the state. The said one-party socialist state. So there you go. It might have Islamic Republic. That doesn't mean it's a republic sort of like Pakistan and Iran, where it's radical Islam. It's actually in Mauritania, in this case, more socialist. The Mauritanian People's Party was a political party based on Islamic socialism. Yeah, we know that. But yes, this was more of a said political party. But then, moving on, you'll see list of Mauritanian presidents, because yes, believe it or not, what was the PPM or the PRM, the Mauritanian Recruitment Party, which is also was basically the same thing, under this guy, Mokhtar Al Dada, and he's the socialist guy. He was deposed in 78 here. Their elections would take place in 1992 under this guy, the Republican Party for Democracy and Renewal. And this is a far-right political party. It's essentially this guy, Mauya Old Sid Ahmed Taya, or we're just going to call him Taya. Taya, or Mahoya, is the guy that flipped Mauritania from being a socialist state to a radical right-wing state. He essentially eliminates that constitution on Article 1. What's it officially called? Let's see. Article 9 in Chapter 1 of the Constitution. He ridded that, but he would be disposed in 09. And ever since then, the country of Mauritania has had conservative leaders. You'll see there has been plenty of military coups. Like the military coup launched in 2005. We have an election, and there would be a coup. He would be ousted in a coup in 2008. This guy declares himself the next president, Muhammad Abdel Aziz. He's from the military. He actually survives, believe it or not. He actually lives through his term. It's very rare for Mauritanian presidents to get through a presidential tenure or office without being couped or attempted to be couped. And I'm sure Muhammad Ould Ghazouani had some plots, or had plots against him to be couped. So it's just pretty much obvious. This is how North African politics works, unfortunately. Yes. And then you have Muhammad Al Abdul Aziz. Yes, he is essentially aligning himself from a party. He was the one that couped Abdali, or what you want to call him. He's coming from the Union of the Republic, and that's more of a center-right political party, once again staying that right-wing center. Yes, and Muhammad Al Ghazouani ran under that platform, same political party, but this year he decided to run under the Equity Party, or the El Insaf in Arabic. So yes, he's running under this political party, center-right mainly, but this guy is a hard-right conservative. And despite him being a far-right conservative, like, we want to sound the alarm. The left wants to sound the alarm. We actually like this guy. We need this guy because this guy is a negotiator. He is a friend of Putin, and he's a friend of the West, okay? He is a compromiser. Mauritania is essentially in the middle and saying, hey, you know what? Let's talk. We don't need to argue. Let's just talk. We don't need to fight. And Muhammad Al Ghazouani has shown and proved himself to be the more on the Western side, more in the West's favor, despite Mauritania majoritively being a Russian ally, a Russian Eastern Pact or Eastern Bloc sort of sympathizing state. You got this president, probably the only president um, in the Eastern world that supports the West, in which that is huge, honestly. And honestly, a lot of Mauritanians, despite maybe being a little bit skeptical on the West, they came out and voted in a landslide for Ghazouani. It's not because they disagree, they agree with him. It's more that he's keeping the peace. This guy is keeping the peace in Africa, and essentially the enemy is in the Maghreb region. Insurgency, like for example, we know for sure that this Maghreb insurgency, part of the war on terror, has been going on for 22 years. Mauritania is significantly affected by that, and that's part of the reason why this guy is doing a great job taking out these ISIS or Al Qaeda insurgents. Mainly Al Qaeda is mainly. And I've noticed recently a trend. Al Qaeda tends to be in Northern Africa, Somalia. ISIS tends to be in the Levant, Taliban in the stands. This is how it usually goes. So, interestingly enough, we will know, I'm hoping overall, we eventually get election results posted by Wikipedia. I think they will. They have no reason not to. I mean, they have the one from 2019, and I believe the year prior. Actually, they don't have the 1 year prior. Probably because it was 81%. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.